Hi guys, welcome to the tutorial for the QuickFire GigMaster Gig Posting module. Okay, now this module is obviously designed to post the gigs for you on the accounts that you choose. So let's just go through the various settings up here. First of all, if you are using proxies or you want to use proxies, just select the text file from here and load up the file that you want. If you need a username and password for authentication with your proxy, just click this and fill in the details. Okay, now we need to fill in the title of the gig. Bear in mind this area is not spinnable, it won't accept spin tags, so you need to have the same gig title across all of the sites that you post to. Okay, I'm going to call this one give you my new list of high PR auto approve blogs to leave your link. Okay, and then the gig description, you can use spin tags in this, it's up to you. To be honest, I don't usually bother. I'm happy to have the same description on all the different gig sites that I use. But if you do, just go ahead and use spin tags. It's normal, regular spin tags. So, for example, I will or I'll, like that. Okay, I'm just going to pop the video on pause while I write a quick description here, because I don't think you should have to suffer through my typing. Okay, so I've just written my description here. I will send you my new January 2013 list of high PR AA URLs. You can use this list in Scrapebox or for manual comments. Includes 4 PR5s, also includes a number of PR4 and 3. Okay, bear in mind with your description, it is a maximum of 450 characters. What you need to consider, particularly with Fiverr, is that they do not like keyword stuffing. So do not keep repeating, for example, the word links or rank or Google. Keep it nice and varied. Okay, instructions to the buyer. So if you require any instructions from the buyer in order to fulfill this gig, then enter them in here. This is an instant delivery gig, so I'm just leaving this blank. Okay, and then when you fulfill the gig, if it is instant delivery, add here the text that will go with it. So for example, thank you for your order. The link to download is below. Please leave feedback and check out my other gigs. I always sign it with my name and keep it nice and friendly. Always ask for feedback whenever you're delivering a gig, and always remind them to check out the other gigs that you've got, because if your gigs are in the same kind of area, then that person will probably be interested in them. Okay, so because this is an instant gig, I'm going to set this to yes. It does deliver the same file to every customer, and now I'm going to choose the file . Okay, so keywords. Again, beware of keyword stuffing, so don't repeat the same word twice. I'm going to say backlinks, high PR, scrape box, auto approve. Okay, and then gig delivery time. If you feel you are able to deliver the gig in 24 hours, and you are always going to be able to do that, then I always recommend putting this to 1 day, because then your gig will be featured under Express Gigs and you have a much higher exposure and a much better chance of getting orders. However, bear in mind that if there are certain days of the week when you can't log on, for example, if you want to take every weekend off, then you are going to be classified as delivering your gig late if you happen to get an order during that time and you don't fulfill it. If you consistently deliver your gigs late, then the gig can be suspended and you can lose your ranking. So be realistic about what you can achieve. Okay, then we're going to select an image for this gig. I always suggest using an image for the gig, even if it's just something quite generic, which is going to be the case with this one. I'm just going to select some images that I've made previously. I'm going to use this one, high quality links. Okay, because if you have a gig that doesn't have an image next to it, it just doesn't get the same exposure and clicks that one with an image does. Okay, now I'm going to load the list of accounts that I want to use. So here's the one that I made earlier, this Super Services 15th of Jan. And then I need to select where I'm going to save the posted gigs once it's finished. This can either be a new file that you're creating, or it can be adding on to an existing one. This is the first lot of gigs that I'm posting on this set of new accounts, so I'm going to give it a new file name. You can call it anything you like. I'm going to call it Super Services Gigs. Okay, and now we're going to decide which sites to post on. I'm just going to do Fiverr and My Cheap Jobs for this demonstration. And we need to select the categories. So this will be online marketing and SEO for Fiverr. And My Cheap Jobs, I'll put it under social marketing. I'll leave it at a Fiverr on My Cheap Jobs. And once that's all done, just click to start the posting process. Okay, and you'll just get a reminder to make sure your accounts file is closed before it starts. What it's doing now is it's uploading that file that we specified for the instant delivery and saving that location. So now it'll go into Fiverr and it will post the gig with the specifications that we've set. While it's doing that, I'll just give you a brief overview of why we select the file and upload it to FileSwap. This is because if you have the QuickFire GigMaster Pro edition, which has the gig fulfillment module, that will be able to automatically send the file to the customer for their download once you've got an order on that gig. So that's why we do it. Also, if you are fulfilling the gig manually yourself, then it just tells you whereabouts it's saved in your CSV file. So you've got a quick reference and you know. Okay, well this is already finished. So the gig has been posted on the accounts you requested and it tells you exactly where the gig data has been stored. And I'll just open it now so we can have a look. Here we go, Super Services Gigs. And there we go. So it tells you which site it's on, it gives you the title of the gig, it tells you where the instant delivery file is saved, and it's also got the text in there that's going to be filled out if you're using the gig fulfillment module. It's got the username of the account and the password to log in to that site. So that's just so you don't have to go back and cross-reference it on your accounts list. You can see here that it's correctly noted that this account name is called Top Products on Fiverr, but on My Cheap Jobs it's called Best Products. Okay, so just as a little extra, if you have any gigs that you already have running on Fiverr or other websites and you want to add them to this list so that you can either have it just for reference, or if you've got the GigMaster Pro edition so that you can have them fulfilled automatically, it's very simple. All you need to do is fill out the site name at the side, the title of the gig, and make sure it doesn't include the I will at the beginning or the $4 or $5 at the end, just the essential part of the gig. If it's an instant delivery one, then fill in the download link there, and then fill in the text that you would want to use, the username on that site, and the password. The only thing that you have to note is that with the gigs file, do not mix accounts across different sites. So for example, this one already has a Fiverr account on here for Top Products. If you want to put some other Fiverr gigs on there that you have under a different account, use a different CSV file, just make a new one. Use this same template for how it's laid out, but create a new one and give it a unique name for that account, because the account fulfillment module cannot log into multiple accounts at the same time. It's also not very secure because it is in the terms of service on these sites that you should not have multiple accounts at the same time, or it is on the terms of service for most of them. That's why I include proxy support. So just make sure that you're not mixing the accounts in the CSV file, otherwise the QuickFire GigMaster software will get rather confused and you will not get a good outcome. Okay, so that's it for the gig poster. There will be another tutorial to follow if you have bought the QuickFire GigMaster Pro. Cheers.